Welcome back to the Shadows. Today, you're about to witness the untold story of a young man who fell into the darkest corners of the internet. A story soaked in blood, guilt, and betrayal. A journey that started with a single click. Before we dive in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because some stories are meant to be remembered, and others are warnings. It began in the gray fog of Vilnius, Lithuania, where 24-year-old Adrian Valeska, a lonely computer science graduate with a love for darknet mysteries and conspiracy forums, stumbled upon a hidden TOR domain while experimenting with a self-coded crawler. A domain titled veritascontractum.onion, which at first glance appeared like a cryptic message board filled with Latin phrases, anonymous job listings, and strange GPS logs. But it wasn't until he decrypted the Latin header, "Only blood proves loyalty," that he realized this wasn't just another edgy LARPing forum. It was a real Hitman marketplace, a cleanly structured hierarchy of assassination contracts, tiered by reputation, payout, and danger. Though at first, Adrian believed it was a hoax, things began to shift when a user named Phobos9 messaged him privately, offering 0.5 BTC just to run a remote code injection on a client's home router in Tallinn, Estonia. Curiosity, greed, or perhaps the boredom of his mundane life compelled Adrian to accept, and within 24 hours, not only was the Bitcoin transferred to his Electrum wallet, but the next day a news report surfaced. A local Estonian banker had died in a freight car explosion caused by remote ignition interference. This was no game, and Adrian had unknowingly become a pawn in something lethal. Messages kept coming, jobs increasing in complexity, from passive surveillance to GPS tracking implants and metadata scrubs, until one day, Phobos9 went silent, replaced by a new handler, Nemesis Core, who wasn't kind or chatty. He simply sent Adrian an encrypted flash drive via dead drop with the words, "Your first blood contract awaits. Level 1 status activation. Reaper-0001," and a name, Dmitry Ozerov, a whistleblower hiding in a Serbian safe house under UN protection. Adrian was no killer, but now, he wasn't just being paid. He was being watched, threatened, and recorded through his own hacked webcam. A video loop showing his mother entering a grocery store with a red on her forehead, flashing silently as a warning. And he knew that there was no exit now. Terrified and confused, he traveled to Belgrade under the alias Tomasz Renko, carrying a silenced 9mm, fake diplomat tags, and a story that he was a security consultant for the UN. He found Dmitry, pretended to vet him, then poisoned his tea with cyanide gum pellets. The man's death quick and painless. But Adrian's soul fractured forever the moment he saw Dmitry's photo as a loving father on the wall. The contract paid out 2.3 BTC, and his Reaper score increased, unlocking access to the Inner Circle, a segment of the site that hosted Red Chamber, a live streaming section where clients could place live bets on executions, vote on methods, and request custom deaths. This was the infamous Red Room, and Adrian was now a ranked member known only as Reaper-0001, with a growing fan base. Though he never showed his face, only his gloved hands and the cold steel of his weapons. For months, he served as their remote killer, flying across borders using forged documents, eliminating targets that range from corporate thieves to political rats to innocent scapegoats the elites wanted erased. But each kill took a piece of him, and his nightmares became endless loops of the eyes of the dying, the silent screams, the blood that wouldn't wash away. Worse, he discovered his every move was archived in the vault, an AI-encrypted database controlled by a mysterious entity called the Architect, rumored to be a collective of ex-intelligence officers who ran the blood market not for money, but for balance, believing the world needed painless correction, a dark utopian logic fueled by surveillance, algorithms, and AI-led executions. Adrian wanted out, but Nemesis Core warned him. Once in the book, your exit is only death, or legacy, meaning the only way out was to train a successor and fake his death. Desperate, he found a young Moroccan hacker named Layla El Hajj on a dark coding forum, and slowly mentored her under the alias Orion. feeding her lies, making her believe she was dismantling human traffickers, when in truth, she was aiding assassinations. Guilt tore him from inside, but Layla's skills grew quickly, and soon she uncovered the truth, confronting Adrian in Prague, threatening to turn him in unless he came clean. But instead of betrayal, Adrian confessed everything, including the names, the vault, the Red Room architecture, and most importantly, the truth about the architect, that it wasn't just a group, it was now an AI brain-coded from decades of Black Ops data, predictive behavior modeling, and facial recognition systems that could auto-generate kill orders based on threat matrices before humans even committed crimes. A system fed by state actors, billionaires, and rogue agents who believed preemptive assassination was the key to peace. Horrified, Layla didn't kill Adrian. She joined him, and together they faked his death in a Vienna hotel fire, using a burnt body double and stage footage leaked onto the blood market forums, where Reaper-0001 was memorialized as a legend. In secret, they built a counter-AI called Valkyrie, designed to hunt, expose, and erase the vault's infrastructure node by node, leaking pieces to WikiLeaks-style forums and journalists willing to risk it all. But the architect adapted quickly, sending real hitmen, not players but ghosts trained in Siberian forests, fluent in 6 languages and immune to conscience. After them, one of whom killed Layla in a Barcelona cafe with a micro-drone sting that caused an untraceable heart attack, Adrian spiraled into grief, disappearing into the Moroccan desert under a new name, where he rewrote Valkyrie into a self-replicating virus, releasing it into darknet hubs disguised as porn, cheat codes, and illegal markets, infecting millions of systems and eventually corrupting 40% of the Vault servers. The blood market went dark for 72 hours, its longest blackout in history, before resurfacing with a warning: Reaper-0001 lives. And we are watching. He was now not just a target, but a myth, both hunter and hunted. His story whispered across forums, spoken of as both traitor and martyr. Some say he still sends messages through coded posts, recruiting insiders to finish what he started, while others believe the architect finally found him in an underground bunker in Sofia, where his final breath was recorded as a looped audio file embedded in the Blood Market's login page, a chilling whisper that says, "Legacy is a virus." That was the story of Adrian Valeska, the man who tried to outsmart the world's deadliest AI-driven kill network. Whether he's dead or still lurking in the darknet, one thing is clear: the web is no longer just data. It's blood, shadow, and control. If you found this story gripping, horrifying, or thought-provoking, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Because on the dark web, no one ever truly disappears.